Baron. They're saying, hey, SK, if you want to do that, then we're going to go over here and do this. And SK are like, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want you to have that. So it seems that we've had a bit of a gentleman's agreement. Vitality has said, okay, we'll just take our vision, we'll back off.
Yeah.
And SK is like, okay, we'll take the Mountain Drake. Now, we talked last game about how the Mountain Drake can benefit very tanky comps. With things like Ornn and Braum, I'm a big fan of the Mountain Drake because of how valuable it can be, but of course its percentage resistances increase. So, Misfortune, the Vel'Koz, the Aphelios,
yeah, not so much.
Not really going to gain much value from it. It's much more valuable to those tanks, to that front line, and part of the reason, well, not the reason, but like it's a nice quality of life thing for the tanks to make them a little bit more impactful.
Anyone who noticed that Jack Troll used his stopwatch a little bit randomly, he was going back to buy Gargoyles, so he just wanted to stop any damage from coming through to him. Gargoyles now complete. We are seeing this a lot on tank supports. I think I saw a Cadro tweet which said, I'm not sure which is tankier, a 4-item Ornn or a Leona with stopwatch. And it's true. It makes you incredibly
The Leona with
tanky.
stopwatch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That W... Wait, we can check. I can check.
So it doesn't work with W because it's...
No, but the W just gives...
Oh yeah, flat armor and magic.
Yes.
Like 40 and 30, I want to say?
Right now, it gives the Leona...
40 and 40.
52... and 54. 52 armor,
strong.
54 magic resistance.
And then you just increase your health by 40% or 100%, depending on how many players are around you with the Gargoyle Stone Plate. That's the thing with Leona and Nautilus. If you're building a first item, make it a Gargoyle Stone Plate. Because you're always going to be in the middle of the enemy team.
That's fair. There you go. Wise words from Medic the support main.
I have like a 60% win rate on her, just because she's slightly...
I mean, I noticed that you've now casually dropped that twice in this game. I wonder how many times you're going to mention it throughout the day, Medic.
I think it's just very important that I remind people how good I am at Leona.
Just so that when you give people Leona facts, it's like, it's from a credible source.
Guys, I know what I'm talking about. It's like if you gave me a Nocturne fact.
Yeah. Let's not talk about Nocturne right now. It's not going well. In any case, the Dragon spawns in about 3 minutes' time. Baron isn't up. One thing that we haven't spoken about yet this game is the Baron taking power of these teams. Cassio, very good Baron taking champion. She just melts through that objective. I believe that Aphelios is also a good Baron taking champion, depending on what weapon he has available to him. Gravitum, depressing. But if he does have the Crescendo, that Baron just gets like melted.
Oh, he's got it, Betty!
No, he's not going to do it now, is he? He's not he's like, well, Crescendo, go to Baron, let's go.
Let's go.
No.
Okay, Betty, because the game has been a little bit slower, do you want to play Medic's Quiz?
No.
Couldn't think of a good name. Good name for Medic's Quiz. Medic's
What are the
bit of
subjects?
trivia. Okay, we have one subject, okay? Trick.
Okay.
We are guessing how much damage Trick has done to enemy champions this game. I'll give you 3 options.
3 options.
Less than 1,000, between 1,000 and 5,000, or more than 5,000.
Less than 1,000.
It is less than 1,000, okay? Let's play again. First option, less than 500, between 500 and 750, or more than 750.
I'm going to say less than 500.
Less than 500, Vedius. Okay, here we go, last time.
This is a tough quiz.
240, 360, or 480.
Is it 240?
It's 240 damage to enemy champions in 26 minutes. He's done less than 10 damage a minute to enemy champions.
Oh.
But he did get that Rift out.
I mean, that was a fun quiz.
Here we go. Baron has been started. Vitality are the ones.
Oh, they know.
SK coming. Great. Call of the Forge God. Great positioning for him here. He opens up. Praying to the gods above. Limit coming in as well with the Glacial Fissure. Skeens is in there. Already in the pit. Dodges away from it. The smite. It's all he needs, but it's Cassio that gets it. Now, Vitality have to get out of the pit. Camera shot. Skeens have jumped away. The bullet time's opened up. Trick with the knockup adds to his damage score. Gets the shutdown. But Vitality get her out with Baron on 3.
Now, Trick, while he does increase his damage amount, he does not secure the Baron for SK. Vitality walk away with that one, but what a gamble. Skeens, I don't think he had smite.
That was weird.
Yeah, you did not have that available when he started off that Baron, and now SK, they're actually looking to push in. Of course, there are the Baron minion, but look at the flank from Sakura.
Go for the fight. Volcanic Rupture isn't going to get the knockup. Can't be able to escape. The Inferno Chains will pull Sakura back, and there's no minions here. This tower isn't falling that quickly. Now the minions join them up. SK are going to push through the mid lane. We're looking for more, wanted more, but just going to have to settle for one tower.
Well, the Dragon spawns in 25 seconds. Vitality can use the reset that's likely to come out from SK as an opportunity to secure that objective. Gold's still very even, and you can see in the top right of your screen, the Baron buff not resulting in a huge payout right now, but the team is regrouping. Seiken is alive. He's making his way down mid lane, and they want to try and break into this first mid tower of SK.
The thing is, there's so many turrets available for Vitality that if they have the Baron for a little while, maybe they can look to get, 2 or 3 towers out of it because they haven't taken them before. But instead they say, okay, we want to get that clock ticking on the Soul. We want that Mountain Soul pretty soon. They're going to take the Dragon away, and that means it is 5 minutes before Vitality will fight for that Soul.
Look at what Limit is up to right now. On the top side jungle, he's just dropped 2 little wards on Vitality's top half of the map. Wants to make sure that he can see what they're up to, while Trick also steals away some of these jungle camps. Just good awareness of where Vitality is on the map and how they can get some vision down, while Comp takes away some more jungle camps. But now Vitality have their eyes set on the bot side jungle. They want to see if they can secure this tier 2 in the bot lane. Sakurai not going to offer enough wave clear, and they see Crown Shot in the top lane. They know that he's there, the risk of a collapse is very low, and Caba's just going to be like, alright, just going to slowly chip away at this tower while the rest of Vitality siege in mid.
Cabu, very experienced in playing this sort of position for the team. Will just back away when he needs to. There's a cannon minion in this mid wave, so it should be pretty easy for him. Seiken actually perhaps looking for the dive in the bottom lane. He's going down there. Vitality back away from the mid lane wave. They're looking to see if Sakurai stays too long. He doesn't, and the tower will fall. Overall, 115 gold so far from the Dragon. And from the Baron side, and we'll see what they are able to get out of the rest of it. 20 seconds left, that's going to be it. I guess if you lose 2 players and then you decide to prioritize the mountain over going for the push, you take what you can get from Baron buff.
So you can get plus 149 gold.
That's 3 control wards.
Yeah, worth.
Sure. As a support, sure, but no one buys them anyway. So we will see.
It's one of those games where, I mean, we talked about it earlier. Caution seems to be the word that is kind of blowing through the rift right now. You're just like, ooh, careful.
Like, even the rift is like, oh, we'll give you some mountain drakes to improve that caution.
It's like it's like a mother with their child. Like obviously you care a lot about the child and you want them to be safe. But like it gets to a point where you kind of need to let them leave the nest and be like, hey, throw a dagger, see what happens. Now, admittedly, I'm not advocating for children to throw daggers.
I mean, that did sound like what you were advocating for.
In the game of League of Legends, what I'm saying is like, hey, like, take a gamble. Obviously, you want to try and wait for the right time, the right moment, that right opportunity. And of course, with MF being at 3 items right now, like, now would be a pretty good time. Now would be a pretty good time. Maybe they're waiting for the dragon. They're playing patient. They're playing safe. Look at that shield on top of Comp right now. It's a pretty big shield. Of course, the other thing we didn't talk about was the Ornn items. They offer that little bit of extra late game value because you get like 1,000 gold worth of extra stats. And you can see the Molten Edge now being completed for Crown Shot is going to make him that bit stronger.
Do you know what the Luden's Echo upgrade is called?
The Luden's Echoes? Is it called the...
Okay, if you don't know, just say no, because I need the punchline to come pretty quick.
I'm going to say no, I don't.
Luden's Echo, 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 Echo. Crowd hated it. Thank you, John.
That was like golf claps. That's
I had to look at them and point at them.
Very entertaining, Medic. Yes, well done, yes.
It was better than I don't know.
Well, I was trying really hard. I was like, is it like the Molten Echo? No. Maybe it's the...
I know the Zonya's. Zonya's is Zonya's Paradox.
The only one I know is Molten Edge.
Well, that's because I said it in the last game.
No, but I also just know that one.
Do you know what... Ooh, okay. Miasma coming down. Sakurai might just die before the rest of his team can come here to save him. Noxious Blast doesn't quite connect the second time, so Seiken just trading in here. The rest of SK on their way, and Seiken caught out. Even with the Petrifying Gaze, isn't going to be able to do too much. SK find a kill in the top lane. Yeah, the moment that knockup landed from Sakurai, that was all SK needed to jump on top of Seiken. He's going to lose his life. But Vitality will answer with a mid-tier 1, so they can't really complain. Sure, the mid lane is dead, but there's no real objective on the map to play for right now. They can't convert it into a Baron. They can't convert it into a Mountain just yet. So Vitality, they don't really lose that much. Not at all. It is the Luden's Pulse, by the way, Vedius. I've just looked it up.
So we were actually changing the wrong word. We were
I changed Luden's Echo into Luden's
Try
Echo.
medic. We were both wrong. It's all good.
Okay. We were
Wrong
both wrong.
together.
Okay, Vitality with a 2,000 gold lead here, but really at this point of the game it doesn't matter too much. 3 items for Crown Shot on that Aphelios. Have to watch him in these late game team fights. He's really, him alongside Genax's Lifeform Disintegration Ray is all of the damage that's going to come out from SK.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, look. He's got Severum. Oh, and he's got Infernum. I mean, it can still hurt.
Infernum and Severum, like, he's going to shred through this.
Yeah.
He's going to go.
Oh, look, Vitality actually can't get anywhere near this. They have like 0 vision control. The observers highlighted how much they can actually see, and for Vitality, it's complete darkness right now.
Yeah, all of Vitality's vision is based around this soul that might be coming up in a second. Sakura maybe giving the game away as he pops the call of the Forge God. Skeens is on his way, could look for the skill. What a play it would be on your first day in the LEC, but Trick secures it, and now Seiken has started up the Mountain Dragon. It would be their soul, it would be their fourth, but SK running 5 members strong down towards this bottom side to stop them in their tracks. Now Jacktron and Vitality have the flank. We talked about it all the way back in pick and bans. Vitality need these flank positions to start off a fight. Jacktron going in, the power of the sun comes down, but he's not able to land it. Seiken though, now has the flank position. Look at the damage onto Genax, almost takes him out, but Crown Shot is opening up. He has the Cleavum, the Crescendum, everything just shredding through Vitality, but the soul has been picked up. Vitality have it. Still, you can see the damage coming out from Seiken. He will fall in the end. Comp gets 1, Crown Shot gets 1, but Vitality end up getting the soul.
Wow. Vitality, yes, they secure the soul, and SK, they walk away with the Baron buff after that. Vitality's now going to pick up that hefty shield that they'll get as a result of having that soul, but let's have a look back at how this play happened. Seiken is getting in a position to flank. Medic, you talked a lot about it, how Vitality need to try and find these flanks, and I thought with the positioning that Seiken had, this was going to be a 1 team fight for Vitality, because immediately you split the team up. Trick and the Sakurai on one side, Seiken having access to the carries, but really good response from Trick and Limit as they see Genax in danger, both flashing to protect him. Of course, this does leave Ornn vulnerable, and it leaves the Mountain Drake available, but it was more important to keep the carry alive, and so Crown Shot does pick himself up another kill. He's now level 16, 4 items completed, and he's feeling very strong, but also no summoner spells available on Genax. Props to Seiken for finding that flank, because if you had been able to kill Genax there, that could have been a huge swing and a massive win team fight for Vitality.
And as you said before the replay, the Mountain Soul now picked up for Vitality. You get this shield that scales with AP, with AD, and with health. And it means that really burst damage is just a lot harder for the enemy team. They can't just shred through you in a moment. They have to slowly chip away, but with something like an Aphelios, you can do that in these team fights. So Crown Shot the one to watch alongside Genax. For the side of Vitality, you have to keep your eyes on Seiken. He's been in the right position, the right time, too many times to count. Now, SK are looking towards this bottom lane. Trick with a good Prey Seeker will spot out Skeens and Seiken. Going forward for the tower, the Baron buff still on for 35 seconds. Been a good Baron power play for them so far, but they want to open up just a little bit more of the Vitality base. They secured the tier 2 in the bottom lane. They would really like an inhibitor with SK, or an inhibitor tower at least. But Vitality going to pop the bullet time to stop that from happening.
A lot of damage coming out. Look at that shield from Comp.
Yeah.
Man Drain definitely paying dividends in that aspect. It's going to be very difficult to kill this Misfortune.
Also has a Bloodthirster as well, so...
And the shield from...
Overheal.
Yes, and also the shield from Lee Sin as well.
Oh, all the shields. Safeguarded, overhealed, Bloodthirster.
There we go, though. This is the siege coming out from SK. You can see how much zone control is coming out from Vitality, but the ulti not coming out from Sakurai.
Oh, Cabo has the flank. Here comes the team fight, and Trick is locked up at the start. Jacktron having to get away. Moonlight Vigil coming out there. Lifeform Disintegration Ray. That was the Gravitum. He locked him in place, and with it, they could follow with the Vel'Koz, but still, no one yet to fall from Vitality. The minion wave too far away for SK to push in.
Very close team fight between both these teams, but no one ends up dropping. Vitality are able to hold onto their base, and SK are able to get away with their lives. That was a scary flank coming out from Cabo. That looked like that was going to be a game changer, but SK, they were prepared for it. The ultimate came out early from Sakurai, goes on to Seiken, meaning very difficult for him to get into the fight. A lot of the damage being absorbed initially by Jacktron, and remember, Comp did not have his ultimate available. Then, when Vitality gets closer and they try to engage on the SK, that's when they use their range to their advantage. Genax fires his laser, and there's no way in which Vitality can commit to the fight.
I really like that combination. Crown Shot switches to the Gravitum, chucks out the Moonlight Vigil, then roots everyone in place, and then the laser comes in. But unfortunately for SK, they weren't able to pick anyone up. However, if a fight goes that way once again, you have to think they will be rattling in the kills. Now, Baron up in 1:40, Elder Dragon, 2 minutes time. Hey, Vedi, you want to know something cool? Would be the first Elder Dragon of the decade in the LEC.
Will it, Medic?
Yeah.
I wonder how many new first of the decade it will
Okay,
be.
so you should be very thankful. When I saw Lee Sin miss a Q in the last game, I was going to say it's the first Lee Sin Q that's been missed in the LEC this decade.
I feel like there's a lot of firsts. It also depends on what you consider the first of a decade, Medic.
It does.
It does indeed.
A lot of people argue that 2021 will be the start of the decade.
And you know what, honestly, I don't care. So, we're going to focus on the game. The Baron spawns in about a minute's time. The Dragon spawns in about a minute and a half. Top lane is pushing. SK have abandoned that wave. They don't care about it. What else have we got setting up the bot wave? I'm going to have a quick look. Is that slow pushing? So, like, you get into a point of the game where cannon minions start spawning every... Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh. I love your leads into these fights. I call it Force God
anyway,
connects, but everyone's miles away. Okay, just concentrate on that. If something happens, I'll say it. Okay?
Yeah, so I'm trying to look at the minimap right now. So you get to a point in the game where cannon minions spawn every wave. It's like after 25 minutes, right? Which means that what you end up happening is like almost these wave freezes, and it means that the lane just almost stays in the same spot, as you can see in the bottom set, which means that it can't really be used for anything unless the teams go and clear it out. So we've got a bit of an A-ramp going on right now because neither team is setting up their side waves at all, and it's just resulting in both of them focusing on fighting in the mid lane, I guess.
And about the 10-minute mark in this game, you asked which rookie would be the one to take the risk, which rookie would be the guy to step up and risk making a mistake to make the play. And I think right now we're seeing that both of these teams are still a little bit uncomfortable in being that player to initiate, being that guy to pull the trigger on a fight, because right now,
Jack Troll
they're all just backing away. Jack Troll lands a crouch, but he uses the cleanse, flashes away. The bullet times come out. Jack Troll down to half HP limit down there as well, but he's going to be healed up. Now Vitality can disengage, but Sacre's going to try and stop it. There's the Moonlight Vigil, not really going to do too much to Staken, who can open up on Sacre. Down towards the bottom side of the fight, Crouch is now flanking, coming back from the side. Cabochard stepping forward, but look at the damage from the Crescendum. Straight back into the Infernum there for Crouch. He will shred through the entirety of Vitality if he can get those off. Saken gonna have to run away. Baron is up, Elder is up, and SK actually pinning for the Elder instead. They want that. They do not want to give up that huge team fight buff.
They're also just in a much better position to contest for it because Vitality could have still challenged for that Baron, but right now Vitality are in no position to contest this. That's why they're rushing towards it. Saken has gone back to base. He's now going to TP back in, but now they're in a position. Now they're looking to fight. What ultimates are available? None for Jack Troll, none for Comp. Cabo and Saken do have theirs up though.
Lifeform Disintegration Ray is there as well. No Call of the Forge God, but that is about 2 seconds away from being available. Sacre stepping into the bush, gaining vision for his team. There's a control ward in the pit here. Trick with the Prey Seeker will start up that Elder, and now things get tense. Cabochard once again looking for the flank. Trick gonna tunnel away. Sacre stepping forward, takes out the control ward, but look at Jantro, look at Skeens, look at Cabo. See the positioning here from Vitality. There's no vision for SK around it. Now they'll know where Skeens is. 10,000
Here they go.
the Elder. Jantro has the flank. They need to realize Crown Shot, no flash, no cleanse, perhaps no life left, but he opens up with the Infernum. Stand up. There's the bullet time. Goodbye, Aphelios. Nothing he can do about it. Go back and join your sister on the moon. Sacre there. Gonna get locked up in the pit as well, and that's the Elder for Vitality. Great play around vision, great flanking positions, and Vitality should get this, but Trick is going in. They try to... Oh, it gets it away! No way should you do that, Trick. The 4-time champion of the LEC makes the play his team needs.
He does steal away the Elder, but that's not the objective you need to steal away. Baron is far more important this late into the game because while that Elder helps you with the team fights, it's not going to help you defend from a siege from this Baron up Vitality comp. Medic, you called it out. Really good setup from Vitality overall. The whole flank was coming together. Cabochard from one side, Jack Troll from the other. And once they executed, they could get onto the flashless Aphelios, who was their target. Thank you, observers. Highlight here on Jack Troll. We heard him yelling, and that was the call to go. They dive on top of Crown Shot. He doesn't have the same defense. He does get good peel from Limit and Genex, but when Cabo flashes on top of you, when Comp throws out the ultimate, there's very little you can do when you have no innate escapes. That allows Vitality to get the cleanup and start their way towards the Elder, but they can't stop Trick from getting into the pit. They go for the 50-50.
Oh,
and they
he
end up
smites
losing.
way too early. Smite about 1,400 HP or so. Drick unable to escape at the end, but Elder Dragon still sitting on a couple of the SK players. You get this huge buff from it, executing enemies when they hit 20% health or less. You get this immolation damage. It's more lasers in the game for you, Vedius. I know how much you love a good laser.
Yes, that is true. Now,
Thanks
Seiken
for
is-
agreeing with me.
Seiken now pushing in the bot lane. He's going to wait for the rest of his team to group up. They're looking to try and control this bot side of the map. Top lane, I don't think it's been touched in the last like 10 minutes. Doesn't matter, they don't need it. Oh, Vitality's actually going to reset here. They've only got a minute and a half left on the Baron. Remember that 30 seconds was kicked off of the Baron duration compared to last year. So you only have a smaller window to actually utilize it now. You know, Medic, did you know that this was the longest game of the decade so far in the LEC?
You got me with my own thing! That's cool, man.
Yeah, it hurts my soul though.
You know, this was the first Mountain Soul.
Why would you have to ruin it? You had to ruin it, didn't you?
So,
where are they setting up? Wait, they've gone top lane. Wait a minute.
this is the thing, you can't neglect a lane for that long. Eventually you have to go back to it.
But I mean, they really didn't need to play. I guess, I don't know. Anyway.
Betty, we're 44 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
We've had 3 Barons.
I feel like we've got another 4 minutes in store.
We have an Elder Dragon that went to the team that had just lost 2 players. We have a Mountain Soul. I don't think we really know exactly how this game's gonna develop.
No, Comp's got a big shield.
He has got a big shield, and their tower's gonna fall. So this is good. 3,000 gold or so from the Baron buff so far.
Wow, that was good damage from Genex.
Yeah, Genex with a Rabadon's Death Cap, a Luden's Pulse, a Banshee's Veil, and a Morellonomicon will do quite a bit of damage. We've got basically full builds on both the AD carries as well. Who is stronger? And I don't really know either, right? If MF gets a full bullet time off, that's going to be great, but Aphelios has more innate utility in his kit, I guess. At the moment,
so
it's winning by 847 damage.
So, again, I think like both comps are kind of geared towards team fighting.
Yeah.
I felt like Vitality had the stronger early game, but to me, whenever you look at a champion like an Ornn, you should be the team that has the stronger late game because you kind of get to dictate how fights are started.
And you get like a few thousand free gold worth of items, right?
So, like, on paper, that's kind of how it looks to me, but execution is a large factor in these fights. We saw that what happens, because Crownshot is the primary damage dealer, and Genex and Crownshot don't have a lot of mobility, if Vitality can set up where the bullet time can just freely go off, and that Jack Troll is able to get a good engage, then you can dive on top of him with Cabochard. But when it comes to straight up front-to-back team fight, I feel like SK should be stronger because their front line is just objectively stronger, and the range from their carries is longer as well. So that's what I feel, but like the way in which these fights have been playing out has gone in favor of Vitality. But I also think that's just because SK like are too afraid to pull the trigger. I feel like we've not really seen SK be the initiators of a fight yet. So
I mean, a lot of inexperienced players on this SK team.
well, not really.
No,
actually.
so Genex had 7 games in summer. Sakray's been around for say a couple of splits. Trick has a lot of experience, but then Crownshot has been around for 2 splits, and Limit has been around for no time at all.
Like, I acknowledge that, but like,
so
if you assume that Trick is your shot caller, your leader, I feel like he could just say engage, and Sakurai's just got to press R, right?
Sure.
So, I don't know. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. You know, it's obviously only game 1 for both these teams, and I don't want to judge them too harshly based on it. Like, I think we can both agree that we have been seeing some... Is trepidation the right word?
Yeah, trepidation's a good word.
From both of these teams, and obviously, again, they want to start off on a win.
Yeah,
it's
of course
important.
you do.
Like, especially for a rookie roster, to go 1-0 on day 1 is definitely a good morale booster.
And in a game against people you expect to be playing around the bottom of playoffs, you know?
For sure. So, it's understandable why they're playing safe. We'll just have to see who is able to finally get that successful engage off. And right now, it's SK that have priority on the mid lane. They've protected those minions.
Yeah, the fact that some of these minions have survived makes this a free tower.
Oh, okay. Much. Vitality are actually going for a split push. Yeah, no, that's a massive mistake. You can't do that. So they just get a free inhibitor.
Great play by SK, shepherding the minions in.
Wait, but now they're in a position to collapse.
Yeah, they have a flank position, but Sakura is here, trying to get onto Jackdaw, but he face plants straight into the wall. They're looking for Crown Shot, but Crown Shot didn't even need to use his stumps to get away. The Moonlight Vigil does connect, but here is Cabot Shot down towards the bottom side, surrounded by 4, into the GA, the kickback, once again it's Crown Shot, but look at the damage from Genax, just ripping through Vitality. Cabot Shot running for the hills, and running back to the fountain. Skeens is going to try and get away, but once again, Vedius, the Elder Drake is alive.
And Crown Shot summoner spells are all still available.
Yeah.
It looked like Vitality had a good collapse there, but they couldn't execute upon it, and they end up getting punished. We got to see a little bit more of the team fighting power. Like, Crown Shot was just untouched.
Yeah.
If you don't get on top of him, he just melts through everyone that comes close to him. He had the Crescendum available to him, and so much damage. Now, the Baron is alive as well. Seiken is sitting in this bush.
This has to be the biggest play you ever done.
He's not going to make the risk. You can see the damage on his screen right now. Seiken did 0-0?
He wasn't in the fight.
Oh, of course, yeah. He went bot lane, didn't he? Yeah.
But here we go.
There we go.
Will Skeens be able to steal? Will Vitality even fight through it? You can see they get a little bit of vision with the Farsight alteration, but Seiken perhaps is going to go in. Skeens has the Blast Cone. 6,000 HP left on that Baron. SK still looking for it. Skeens. Sonic Wave, 3,000, not going to be able to get in there. He knows that there's not really too much he can do. The Call of the Forge God will keep him away, and that is the Baron, 4th of the game, alongside the Elder Drake. SK.
Vitality had everything they needed to end the game, but then, like, a small mistake here. Like, they kept playing towards bot side of the map.
Oh.
This was the decision where they said, hey, no, you can push bot, go for an inhibitor trade. But of course, Crown Shot's like, hey, I have a bunch of chakrams.
So watch Crown Shot in this fight, assuming we see the rest of the replay, because Jackdaw tries to jump on him, and Crown Shot sidesteps are beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye as Jackdaw goes in. So you see the stun, all the CC comes down onto Braum. It gets wasted onto Limit, and now it's Cabot Shot by himself onto Crown Shot. Crown Shot does get kicked in, but the laser does a great job of zoning the rest of Vitality away. Comp, I don't think he even used his ultimate in that fight. And yeah, SK just really good execution, and honestly just mis-execution coming out from Vitality.
A bit of a mixed call from them. Remember that Seiken isn't part of their usual starting lineup. It will be Melitza replacing him as soon as Melitza gets well again. So perhaps they haven't practiced together that much. Perhaps there's a degree of just misalignment on how they wanted to play that. But now SK having opened up that mid inhib with the Elder Dragon still on them. The bullet time going to try and get rid of some of these minions, but there's double cannon still waiting. And you can see how quickly that tower does fall. That's one. Looking for the seconds. They go towards the inhibitor. SK trying to open up their ledger with a win here in the LEC. And it will take something miraculous from Vitality and from Seiken particularly to stop it. Teleport coming in with the flank hit. Cabashard looking forward, but that Nexus tower, the first focus for SK. Lifeform disintegration rate almost takes down Comp. Just ticking away, just about survives. First Nexus tower's down. Seiken stepping on the front line. The damage already on Skeens. He's going to get locked up. Just need one more order, but can't quite get it. Comp trying to open up. Seiken forced away. Again, one more shot would be enough, but the Nexus should just be the target here for SK. Jackdaw jumps in, but the cleanse away from Crown Shot. Jackdaw almost falls. Skeens low as well. Seiken there, but the Nexus tower. The Nexus, the target, SK. 1-0 in the LEC here in Spring.
Definitely a surprising end to the game. A simple mispositioning error from Vitality in the mid lane where they made the wrong call, they made the wrong decision, and SK end up executing better. But like we said it throughout the game, I felt like that there were a lot of nerves, a lot of caution being taken for both teams.
And it's expected. It's expected in week one, day one, that perhaps you're a little bit anxious and you have that trepidation, as you said. I think the teams will be able to go home and say, well, there's some very obvious things we want to improve on. We want to have more decisive calls. We want to be a little bit more aggressive. But you take those in the end of the day. At the end of the split, it will still say 1-0 to SK.
Like props to Seiken, he did a lot of good stuff throughout the game. Unfortunately, in those late game fights, it wasn't quite enough to be able to carry